Hello, everybody. RideAlong Sports is back again for our 100-day college football team countdown as we get closer and closer to the college football season. Today's team is team number 96 on the list, and that is the Bowling Green Falcons from the Mid-Atlantic Conference, from right there in Bowling Green, Ohio. And if you don't know where Bowling Green is, it's in the northwest part of the state, which is about 23 miles from Toledo and about 53 miles from the University of Michigan there at Ann Arbor. Bowling Green plays their football games right here at Deutsch Perry Stadium, which seats around 24,000 people. And the first season for the Falcons was way back in 1919. But if you fast forward up to 2024, Scott Loeffler is entering his fifth season as head coach of Bowling Green. He's so far 20-35 as head coach and 0-2 in bowl games, the latest being the loss in the Quick Lane Bowl in 2023, 30-24 versus Minnesota. But they did go 7-6 in 2023. They did have a winning season and a fair conference record at 5-3. That they're going to really look to take that next step. Scott Loeffler going to really look to right some wrongs. He does not want to be on the hot seat. I would assume he's probably going to be on the hot seat this season, just considering that he has a 15-game losing record, 20-35 as head coach. That's just not going to cut it in any form of football, Group of Five, Power Five, or anything in between. But how are they going to do it? How are they going to improve this next season? Well, on offense, veteran quarterback Connor Bazelak is going to be entering his sixth football season. And if you're wondering, 6 seasons, well, he redshirted as a freshman, and then there was the COVID season, so everybody got a red shirt that year. But if you want to know just a little bit about his journey, he actually started in the SEC at Missouri, and he was there from 2019 to 2021, and he was actually the co-SEC Freshman of the Year back in 2020. So after the 2021 season, he transferred and played 2022 at the University of Indiana before transferring to Bowling Green in 2023. And then there is this year, 2024, where he's going to have his last year of eligibility, where he's going to look to really make a difference for this Bowling Green team. And his goal, win the MAC championship. They're sort of maybe in that second tier in the conference. They finished 5-3, like I said, in conference play. If they can take another step up, really get that offense going, to get a solid rhythm established, they may have a shot at that, because that Bowling Green defense, if you have not heard about this Bowling Green defense, they played lights out in 2023. And this stat, among other things, is going to tell you a lot about this team. Their defense finished 4th in the whole entire country in interceptions. They were a force to be reckoned with in the secondary. But like we say here at RideAlong Sports, and as you know as a football fan, when a certain part of the team does well, their coach gets rewarded. So there at Bowling Green, cornerbacks coach Bea Razul is expected to be hired by the University of Florida. And at the time of this recording, that is not finalized yet, but I have all the expectation that that's going to happen. Bowling Green has not named at this point who will replace him if that is the case. But if the offense can come up to par with how that defense is playing, and they can all establish this rhythm together, they may have a chance of maybe doing some good things in this season. We'll take a look at the schedule here in just a moment, but I do want to look at recruiting for Bowling Green. Let's just look at these recruiting rankings. They are currently a 100 composite ranking, 102 overall in transfers, and a overall recruiting ranking of 112. So they're not doing terribly great, but they are getting some 3 stars, quite a few 3 stars, and multiple 2 stars into the program. And they're seeking out double-digit numbers in transfers for the upcoming season. So maybe all those puzzle pieces will come together and they can maybe do some good, take that next step this season. But it is not going to be easy for the Falcons, because let's take a look at their schedule. They'll start out Thursday, August 29th versus Fordham before hitting two solid brick walls. They have to go to Penn State, and then they're at September 21st. They will have a bye week in between, which, oh, mercy, right? So they have to go to College Station, Kyle Field, and play Texas A&M. That is not going to be easy. If they can get out of those 2 weeks without injury and, maybe a sliver of hope, like if they're able to do anything to Penn State, if they're able to do anything to Texas A&M, anything that can give them some momentum going into the next, portion of their season, that's going to be a win in my book. But then they have to play Old Dominion. They'll go to Akron. Then they'll go back home and face 2 games here, Northern Illinois and Kent State, before having 2 away games versus Toledo right down the road and Central Michigan. Before they come back home, there's some Tuesday night action against Western Michigan. And then at Ball State before the last game of the regular season on Friday, November 29th versus Miami of Ohio at home there in Bowling Green, Ohio. So very tough start to the season for Bowling Green. Can they get to the MAC championship? Your guess is as good as mine. If they can get through that first third of the season, they may have a shot. If they can get through the first third of the season without injury and that offense is able to build upon themselves, they could have a chance to run for the MAC this season. So let's look at tradition. The tradition side there at Bowling Green, and let's look at the mascots for the Falcons. And their 2 mascots are Freddie and Frida Falcon. It actually started with just Freddie, which was created in 1950 by Alpha Phi Omega fraternity, and Frida was actually introduced in 1966, but it wasn't until 1980 where she became the official female mascot as Freddie's little sister and sidekick. It's a cute 2 mascot ordeal there at Bowling Green, but that's the Falcons. That's the little outlook on them, a little bit of information about them that you may have not known before. So in 2024, they're going to look to take a next step forward. And that's number 96 right there on our list. So stay tuned. 95 will be next, and we're going to keep on going. We're going to group some of these together. We're going to start doing 5 each until we get a little bit closer to the season. We're going to probably start that at number 94, and we'll do 94 to 90, then 89 to 85, and so on and so forth. But stick around here for RideAlong Sports. We've got a lot more content coming this summer as we're gearing up for a great season of college football. We'll see you next time. Peace.